Hi everybody, Jean Henderson Pierre, another beer ramble again. It's another rehash time. Corona Extra. 4.5% ABV. Grupo Modelo. So now part of Anheuser-Busch InBev. I don't know why, but it is. I guess maybe their distribution, maybe. We'll see. Day at work and had a little bit of brew. Why not? Corona has been around for quite some time. Grupo Modelo, of course, involved with Corona, Corona Light, Corona Extra, Corona Light. Corona Premier was their newest one. I think that ABV is a little bit lower. Corona Light is 3.5% or 3.7, 3.6% ABV. You got Modelo Especial, you got Negra Modelo or Modelo Negra, now Pacifico, Victoria. All those are part of the Grupo Modelo family. So, very clear. And Corona La Familiar, which is, I think, the same beer, but maybe because in a different glass bottle. Corona, of course, is, many look at it as sort of the beach beer or the beer of the islands, but maybe it is, maybe it is, I'm not sure. But first time I had this was back in 1996, when I was of legal drinking age of 20. But anyway, here's the beer. Let's see. Definitely some grass notes to this and some malts, but not much. Corona, everyone knows what this beer like. And you have some other imitators who try to duplicate the style. Land Shark comes to mind. The Margaritaville Brewery, which is the Jimmy Buffett Brewery. Everyone likes to put lime in their beer, and with the Corona, with the bottles. And of course, a lot of the Corona and Heineken, it's kind of hard to see these beers in cans now, because we've always grown up seeing them in bottles. The typical green bottle for Heineken, the typical clear bottle for Corona. To see this in a can, it's like, kind of odd, but hey, we all must be environmental friendly, right? So, on the hash. As I've had on previous many other occasions, it's a good lager. Notice with the sales for Grupo Modelo has been pretty good lately, and they had a stat I was looking at. All the beers have sales, whether it be Anheuser-Busch, InBev, SAB, Miller, Molson, Coors, have all taken a significant dip, but the ones that have gone up is all of the Grupo Modelo products. And they do other stuff besides beer. They do wines, or part of the Constellation brand, I should say. They do beer, they do wines, they do other beverages and things like that, water, sodas. Their sales have gone up by almost like maybe 5 or 6%. Corona's not cheap. Depends if you can find it. I know sometimes it depends on sales they'll have at certain stores, supermarkets. You'll see a sale, a 12-pack of Corona for $9.99. Usually go for $13.99, maybe more than that. But for usually it's a little bit high. 12-pack, 7 something. Depends where you are in your state. Taxes in different places is a little higher or a lot cheaper. But definitely, I'm sure that a lot of you can get Corona anywhere, everywhere. So, as we're now into fall, but it still feels like summer here in Mobile. I can definitely crush a couple of these. So this is the 25-ounce can. They're available in this size, 12-ounce cans, 25-ounce cans. You see the Corona Premier in 16-ounce cans, depends where you are, but also you'll see it in bottles, in 6-packs, 12-packs, 12-packs in cans, 6-packs in bottles, and of course 12-packs in bottles, and I think that's it. I don't see a 24-pack in bottles. Again, depends where you are in your respective states. You may see that, you may see a 30-pack, you may see a 24-pack, but very rarely do I see that. But most of the times it's a 12-pack in bottles. So. Refreshing, easy, mild, nothing too off. It definitely has some of those European flavors to it, a bit of hops. You know, some grassels make these beers a little more stronger than what it needs to be. You know, like the Landshot, for example, that's as light as it gets, and that the ABV is like maybe 4.5 or 4.6, but it tastes pretty bland to me, in my opinion. So that's kind of how I look at it. But you know, this isn't bad. Again, I've always enjoyed Corona. I know Anheuser-Busch a couple years ago was trying to compete with Corona years ago, and still are, with their Tequila line. It came out in 1999, the Tequila brand. And it had a very lime flavored. Again, it was obviously in competition with Corona. That didn't do all too well. Then you have the Bud Light Lime. You know, that, you know, I think is still, doing okay. But my thing is, the whole lime lemon thing in these beers. Personally, I think it's good without it, in my opinion. I just don't see what's the whole point of the lime and in the bottle, and you know. But you know, anyway, that's just my view of it. Of course, you've seen several other commercials on TV everywhere around, you know. So sporting events, different things like that. And also there's the Grupo Modelo or Constellation Brands has their variety pack out right now. And depends on what your respective grocery store in your city. You know, they have 4 of their popular brands. Well, one of the 4, I didn't think was that popular, and that's Pacifico. And I'm like, I thought maybe they might have put a Modelo in there. One of the Modelo, you know, Modelo Special bottles, but not the case. But anyway, it is 3 bottles of Corona, 3 bottles of Victoria, 3 bottles of Corona La Familiar, and 3 bottles of the Pacifico. And maybe they could have done maybe an 18-pack, maybe, you know, do an 18-pack and add 3 more of maybe, you know, Modelo Negra, and then that's also a good beer too. So, again, and also with their ownership, Constellation Brands or Grupo ownership, they've kept the breweries in their respective cities and country places of origin where the beers are being brewed at. So knowing that, hey, you know, we may own you. May have a subsidiary, may have a deal with you guys, but we're going to keep the beers being brewed in that respective country or city, whatever. So, anyway, yeah, I won't go on and on, folks. Again, like I said, very enjoyable beer. Love having this. Really good, top notch, good adjunct lager. So, give Corona an A. John and Pierre, the Beer Ramble Team. Keep on watching as always. Cheers. Corona. That's a 9.1. That's my score. Anyway. Corona. I love you, Corona.